Alright guys, what is going on? So I'm here with a race on Brands Hatch, and we are doing, it's an ACC public lobby. It's on the server lists. Those are a little bit more chaotic. The opening lap for this one is a little bit crazy, mainly because, as you guys are going to see once the lights go green, ghosting is enabled. That's been something I've been commonly running into on a lot of these server browser ones, is that, you know, instead of doing like quick join or quick race or whatever, you know, when you join into the server list and you go and pick one, a lot of the opening lobbies have ghosting. I'm a little bit hesitant off the green. I was kind of expecting everybody in the back. I was kind of hoping they would send it. Obviously none of that really matters after the fact, since there is, you know, the ability to just drive through everybody. That dude somehow does that. Now, a couple of things I want to comment on. Brands Hatch, when I originally started ACC, was one of my least favorite tracks. Yeah, as you can see, I was kind of debating just sending it through people, but I was like, I don't know when the ghosting is going to end. You'll shortly find out when the ghosting ends, but yeah, Brands Hatch was one of my least favorite tracks. I was never able. All of the corners were a struggle for me, and as you can tell, they still kind of are. Like this corner right here, I take it in second, I take it in third, I go wide. You know, thank God ghosting was there. If ghosting wasn't enabled, I don't know if I would have taken anybody out there, or been taken out myself. I don't know if I would have been able to avoid that pink car the way I did. I think it was the Ferrari that was pink, or like, no, it was the McLaren. It was the McLaren. I don't know if I would have been able to avoid that. This corner right here that we just got out of, that I just took the exit for, I'm not as consistent as I want to be. This final corner here, the elevation change kind of gets me. I've realized I need to do kind of a little bit into second and then just right into third when I get on throttle at the top of the hill. Thank God that guy disconnects right when he does. And then in the braking zone of T1, right past the shadow, our world is about to change because ghosting is gone. Yeah, and then luckily I kind of cut this Ferrari off. Thankfully he doesn't, you know, be mean to me. I punt this guy out of the way, not on purpose. I honestly thought he would just stay on the inside, but he decided he wanted to go outside. And I could have just got off throttle. I honestly don't even know if I was on the throttle. I don't know. I think that's a bit of both of our faults there. Avoid that guy joining on the track. And then I believe I can't tell if I overslow here, but they end up getting into a little bit of an incident. I think they save it. Nope, one guy loses it. I think he goes off track. I can't tell. I can't tell if that was me overslowing or them carrying too much speed. I'm not very confident around these two corners here. I take enough curve right there. I don't use enough track though on my exit because I'm scared to clip the grass and lose my back. So I'm always just too hesitant on those corners when you're really supposed to be a little bit faster than you think you are. Again, this corner, this time around, I don't do too bad, and I get on throttle a little bit earlier than I want to, or than I feel like I should, but I think it works out. So right before you get to the peak of that little, you know, elevation change, you know, this dude just kind of full on, I don't know if that's me overslowing, him sending it. A part of me thinks this is him kind of just overdriving a little bit based off of what's about to happen on our entry to this next corner. He just kind of, well, actually that's not even him that does it. That's just that's the McLaren or the Ferrari. I can't tell. I can't lie, they both kind of look the same, but you guys can grill me for that. I don't care. I also can't see that well. Yeah, this corner right here, I need to keep a tighter line, and then I can use more track on my exit. You know, and this is kind of the reason as to why I want to post you know, some of this, is because I think it'd be good to just kind of have some conversations going with people who are a little bit more experienced. You know, like a lot of the racing terminology here. You see, look, I don't use enough curb, but then I try and take exit as if it matters because I'm too slow. So it doesn't matter. You know, but anyway, I think, that time that was not bad. Over there I used the compression that you kind of get right at the bottom of that corner, right when you hit the apex. Over here, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I feel really good there. I was not able to gain time on some of these guys when they were in front of me. I was a little bit faster than the guy in front of me right now. I believe I scare the shit out of him here. I don't think he thinks I'm going to stop, and then I was going to just tuck in behind him, take the corner, just nice and tidy behind him, but I think he got scared. Fair enough, I don't blame him. But that just kind of threw me off. I ended up going wide here. I just missed my braking point. I didn't even hit the corner the right way. I ended up messing this up too, go wide. There's literally no grip out here because this is not the racing line. Somehow I'm able to keep in front of him. At this point I think he was just a little scared I was going to take him out. I don't blame him. I was driving a little erratically the second I passed him. I just kind of got in my head. I was kind of hoping he would pass me here. I didn't slow down enough though. I don't know, I should have just overslowed a little bit. A horrible corner here. Thankfully I have enough track to be able to save it, but I got anxious here. Missed my apex entirely there. Not bad right there, not great either. And then so now this red McLaren in front of us, this guy, for the life of me I just could not catch him, and it was frustrating me. It was I just started to lose the mental game. Literally the only thing being behind this guy showed me was that I was consistent in my own pace, but in terms of being able to get up to a competitive pace and squeeze out any bit of time, I just did not have it. I didn't have it in me. I couldn't do it. I lost the mental race 4 laps in. I just wasn't great. I took this corner pretty good here this time. Again, when you lack consistency though, it doesn't matter if you take a corner good if you can't take the corner good again and again and again. One thing watching my replays, when you're in a race, it doesn't feel like you're using the racing line. I've realized I've been lying to myself because I'm like, I'm not following it to a T, but subconsciously I'm waiting for that to turn a deep red. I'm waiting for it to be green till I just full send out of a corner. Like, I'm relying on it a little bit more than I think I am. I took this excellently right here. That time I took enough curb, used enough of the track. I loved my exit out of here. I believe this is the only time I was able to shave off any time to this guy, and then over here I lose it, right? And then this was the only time I was able to shave off some time. But he's doing 125.5. I did a 126.3. I mean, it's not great, it's not bad. It's better than what my original PR was, which I believe was a 128. Or it was like a 128, 129s. So during this race I was able to get a PR, right, which is something. That's the only reason I'm documenting this race, right? And I am going to do more races on Brands Hatch hopefully, so that we can then compare progress and stuff, and so on and so forth. And I just kind of wanted to post these videos, maybe even have conversations be started. I don't have a lot of people who sim race in my life, or are interested in racing in general, so I think it'd be really cool to be able to kind of just have conversations with random folk who like to drive cars around virtual tracks. Again, not consistent around the sector at all. Like, I just get in my head, I get nervous. I'm like, okay, but what if I lose it this time? I took enough curb there. I was actually pretty satisfied with how much speed I was carrying through here. That was great. That was a great tie-in. I love the way I tied those two corners together, but I can't do that over and over again because I just keep changing something up, and I think it's because it's my over-reliance on the racing lines that subconsciously I'm using more than I think I am, and that's kind of starting to really throw off and hinder me being consistent. So I really do need to figure something out about that, because that's not ideal. That should not be happening. So I would really enjoy for that to not be a thing. So we're probably gonna have to turn the racing line off. Not probably. We probably are going to. I think there's one more race that's going to be going up on the channel that has the racing line. It's going to be on Kailami. It was a mini endurance race. I don't obviously last the whole time. I don't last very long in racing. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I mean, 3.5, it goes from, 3.5 to, 3.4, 3.3, but then he just regains that time because I can't be consistent at any of this back sector of this track. I just cannot do. Not using enough track again right there. Touch the grass right there, and I believe this is where it happens. I have so much time to respond to this, and oh my god. Now, what was going through my mind there was when I saw him, he was reversing, and then I just put the throttle down. And I thought he would keep going back. I thought he would keep reversing. And to be honest, when I look at it, where he stopped, I have nowhere to go. But what is your guys' opinion on that? That was pretty much the end of my race. Should I have slowed down more? Should he have... I mean, I know you should hold your brakes, but once you realize you're in the middle of the track, I feel like throwing it in reverse and getting off track is a little bit more important. But what do you guys think? What should I have done there? I'm not really sure. And then I sit in the pit of shame. Just kind of hoping that didn't happen. But it did. And but that's the end of this race, guys. Let me know what you think. What could I have done differently for that final incident? Was that more on him than it was on me? Let me know, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.